जी अब नजर आ रहा है. Now it's clear. We can see it.
Okay. So these are the things about priority management. What are the things which are not urgent but important? These are the things we have to write back to our employees. We have to do something like a planning stage, and it was a planning stage, and we need to submit some registration documents, but we can do it a day after, or if the time is available there. Hello? So why are you getting the voice now?
Yeah, now it's much better.
Okay. So it's we can schedule those things. Those are are required to be done. Those are important for us. But if we avoid those things for today or tomorrow or day after and schedule it after that, when we can manage those things easily, those things are can be placed in this quadrant, and these are the things like paying a utility bill, and it's a week there, so it's important but not urgent. So we have to make a plan. We have to make a go-to-market plan for us. And if we are at some initial stages, we are at feasibility stage, so we can do it at a later stage. We can schedule it. We have to have a meeting with someone. We can schedule it. So these are the things which are important but not urgent. And then there are the things which are urgent, very urgent, but not important. Like we have to do something for our family, but that's very urgent, but we can send someone to do that. If it's easily possible, then we can delegate it to someone. Like doing something, it's something necessary for someone else, and he needs that urgently, but it's not important for us. We have something other important things for us. We can delegate it to someone else. We can ask someone else to help that, to do that. So the things urgent for us, urgent and important for us, are most necessary things which we have to do those things. But keep this thing in mind: if we are working in a group and we have to be there as a group, and other person's input is required for that meeting, that is urgent and important. If it's not important for you and important for other person, it's important for the organization. We have to see this thing in organizational perspective. Then we have to see that, is it urgent and important for the organization and for me? So organization must be first in each and every such kind of a scenario. And there are the things which can be avoided. These are the time wasters. And what are those things? Like having gossip, having a friend on the call, having discussions which are not related to our businesses, watching movie within the time frame where we were working upon our startups. So these are the time wasters: having useless meetings, and reading newspaper, even if it's not related to our business, and we are just wasting our time on reading unnecessary articles. So watching Facebook, spending time on Facebook and TikTok, on some other things like this, those can be avoided, and those would not hamper anything in our business. So this is the metrics which we need to have on our tables for each and every individual. If we have these tables in our working desks in this matrix, then we would be easily able to manage our things. And guys, literally, we usually think, when I started my career, I used to think these are just bookish things and these are not practical. But in more than these 2 decades, I've seen that this was the thing which was never seen as not important for my work routine. Was never seen. It was always helpful. Even till today, I do write on my diary. There are 4 pages, and I select the importance on those pages. So I would suggest you do prioritize your tasks. You can have more and more results from your daily routine. So anything, if you want to know about this, we can explain it more better. I can explain it more better. So if it's clear, then I can move forward. So hopefully it's clear for all of you. And I'm moving forward. After completing it, I'll revise it again for better understanding. So if you have any question, you can ask even then. Then the thing which is specific is teamwork. And what teamwork is, I think all of you guys know very well about teamwork. Together, everyone achieves more is teamwork. So if we say, I can do it alone, it's not possible. If someone says that I'm better than he's not, then it's not correct. You cannot do anything without him or her. So a team is a combination of people having different skill sets. They are having different specialities, and everybody is capable of doing his her work. One man cannot do anything, everything. He can do only his specialty areas. So a success is always dependent upon teams. I've seen in my career in working with too many startups, uh, at least 18 startups I have directly worked with, and more than 20 startups I have given consultancies, and 7 startups I'm currently working with. I've never seen any startup being successful without having a good team, without relying on the team, and without having a good bonding within that team. So the things which we discussed in the earlier slides, like we have to delegate things. So if we have a team, we know their specialties, we can delegate to our team members. So without teamwork, we cannot achieve anything. And it's always good to see guys here in these programs because it's a teamwork. We are working towards a common goal, and that's the success of your startups. And our collective goal of this team is the success of your individual goals. So this team is working together to achieve more results. So as a team, we need to produce results, and for those results we need to create bonds, and those bonds we need to have discussions, and for those discussions we need to sit and discuss and get our goals set. Okay guys, if anybody is not agreed with this, is not agreeing with this, do let me know so I can learn anything from you guys.
Actually, of course, we agree, but in our scenarios, I think, at least in mine, we don't have a lot of teammates, like it's only me and my partner. So, yes, we don't have this privilege. So, how do you think, like, when it's only two, we can utilize the strategies of a team and the privilege of a team?
Uh, who it was first? Yeah, can you tell me your name?
Yes, my name is Batul.
Okay, Batul. Batul, you are a team. You two guys are a team. You have the privilege to be a team member of other person. You two guys, a team. It's not like that. You don't have the privilege. A single person cannot be a team. He cannot do anything. Any two persons. And if there is no team, then this is your team, which is sitting for you here. So the people working with you is your team. And the person you are working with, you and your member, your co-founder, your partner is your team member. So we are always working in teams. We have privilege to work in teams. So if you're thinking, the first and important thing that I always do say, the startups, we have to change our mindset. We are the winners. We are making another project. We are trying to make history. So we are the ones who are the winners. We cannot be the victims. We are the winners. We have to come out of the victim mindset. We have to be the winners. So this is what we have to prove ourselves. Okay.
Yes,
And
thank you very much.
okay, so here are the things which I would recommend you, a few couple of books. Then I'll revise these things again. There are too many things what we say about soft skills. They are the things which we learn with each passing day. But these are the basics what we have read, and these are a couple of books which I would be telling you about. And I would suggest you, if you could manage, do read these books, and I think you'll feel a change in your businesses, in your startups, and you'll get extraordinary results. And so this is one of the world's most read books. So this is the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Alcove. And it tells everything about your business, like how do you prioritize your things, how do you synergize, how to start with the end in mind, like goal setting techniques. These all things you will find these things in this book. And I would suggest all of you just try to read a few pages a day, but try to read this book. And then this book, The Welsh Way. This was a book which changed a company in the world and the best practices of management in this world. So I think you guys would be knowing about Jack Welch, who was the Welch. He was the CEO of Chief Executive Officer of General Energy, General Electric, General Motors, General Tires, General Group. So General Electric was the main company of which he was CEO of, and in his tenure, the organization grew 20% each year. So how he did it? This was the way he did it. And why I am telling you guys to read this book? Because he was the one who was addressing global teams. He was heading the team in the whole world. He was having different cultures, different ways, different people. Like the main thing he used to say, to take feedback from each and every person of your organization. Like he was having thousands of employees, and he used to take feedback from even from the janitors, from the drivers, from the field staff, from the cleaning staff. We used to have feedback from them. So once we take feedback from even the most junior person, we can have some solutions. So these are the books recommended for you guys. Now I would repeat once again all the things which I have told you. So if you get any question and you forgot, or you got it in the mind after those slides, we can talk about those things. But it would be a quick review. Then I'll be sharing a link with you guys. So first thing what we talked about was goal setting. Goal setting is we have dreamt big about our goals. We have set our goals. Now we have to take action and we are taking action. But we will see, is our goal smart or not? If it's not, we need to reset our goal. So then we will take action according to that. And what are smart goals? Smart goals are specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. And what are specific? So these are the real numbers. We say exact, like we need to be one of top 3 companies of Ghana. We need to be one of the top 5 companies of Rwanda. So this can be specific. Okay, then measurable. Can we measure our customers? Can we measure our engagements? Can we measure our revenues? These would be the things in our goals. Like we need to earn $100,000 a month. We need to spend $500 a day. These are the measurabilities. Then we need to have this much yield, like 100 tons per acre, per hectare. Okay, so these are the things which we can have in our goals. Then we have to see, we have set a measurable goal, but is it attainable or not? So what would we see? Is it goal possible to achieve or to attain or not? If we say we have to go to Mars and our startup is not about doing anything about Mars, is it not? It's not available. We are talking, we cannot do that startup. Okay, so attainability is the thing which we would get to know from our research. Then we'll see, we have set a goal that is specific, that is measurable, then that is attainable. But is that realistic or not? Like how we'll see that is it realistic or not? Is me or my team or my ecosystem or the surroundings I'm living in is supporting this goal or not? Like something is possible in the United States or in Europe, but it's not possible in Asia or in Africa. So that goal not be realistic for us. Then we'll see, is our goal time bound or not? We have written we would be the best company in the world, but we have not written would it be in 100 years or would it be in 10 days? So those are not possible realistically in both the cases. We need to set a time which must be dependent upon our research, that in how much time and how to create that much revenue, that much business, that we would become one of the best companies. Yes. Any question? Any question? Okay. Now, communication. So communication for our startups must be very concise, clear. It must have 7 C's in it. So what are the 7 C's for our communication? These are completeness, conciseness, consideration in it, concreteness, clarity, courtesy, and correctness in it. So what is completeness? Means information is complete in our communication. Is it to the point or not? Is it consideration? Is it about people or not? Concreteness. Is it specific or not? Clarity. It is simple or not? Courtesy. Is it respecting the audience or not? And correctness. Facts and figures are challengeable, or are these correct as per the information, as per the data? So these are 7 C's which must be available in our communication to make our communication effective. So, and besides that, there are too many things which we would be knowing about after having these simple things in our mind, in our like library added. Then we'll be talking about the other ways of communication, what things to be considered. After learning these things and after considering these things, we'll be talking about those things on the later stages. So these are the things which we need to focus on to be effective in communication. And then we talked about priority management, and priority is all about saving our time, setting our goals. So these are the things, and for this we'll be using 80-20 rule. Like we see that 80% of our efforts yield 20% results, and 20% efforts yield 80% results. It means 80% of planning leads us to 20% of effort to achieve a goal, and 20% of efforts and 80% of efforts, if we don't plan, yield to 20% of results. Like in real life examples, we'll see that 20% of the customers bring 80% of the revenues. 80% of work is completed by 20% of the team. 80% of complaints come from 20% of the customers. 20% of marketing efforts give 80% of results. 20% of content drives 80% of traffic. And then you guys, if start studying, you'll come to know each and every project and business is working on this 80-20 rule in the world. And there might be some exception, but those would not be like 82 and 18. That would be like 81 and 19. So then we have discussed about priority management, and this is the best tool in the world used by the presidents, from presidents to the early year students. And this is the Eisenhower's matrix of urgency and importance. This is a priority management matrix. Priority matrix is called, and it was the American president Eisenhower who gave this matrix. So there are the things which are urgent and important. Then there are things which are urgent, not urgent but important. Then there are things which are urgent and not important. And there are things which are not urgent and not important. Urgent and important are the things like which we need to do now, and these are of great importance, like having a meeting with an investor today, and the time was given by him, and we need to prepare for the meeting. It's urgent and important. We need to deposit some documents to our investors. It is important. We need to run a campaign today. It is important. It was urgent and important because we have to earn revenues from this. Then there are things which are important but not urgent. We have to have sign of contract or memorandum of understanding, MOU, with some organization. We can do it tomorrow. We can do it day after tomorrow. We can do it in next week if it's possible. Then we'll schedule it for some next day when we don't have any urgent and important tasks for that day. Then there are things which are urgent but not important. These are the things which we have to do it today, but these are not of importance for us. And this is, I'm talking about in personal perspective and organizational perspective. If something is important for organization and not important for us, it's not possible. It's important for us too. It should be important for us too, because it's important for organization. So we need to do it, and we need to help other person in achieving organizational goal. So the things which are important to urgent to us, but not important, we can delegate it to someone else, like depositing in a utility bill, submitting a utility bill, like having some problem fixed, which is urgent but not important. Someone else can do it. And there are things after that which are not neither urgent nor important. These are the things which are usually called time wasters, which we can avoid, like wasting time on Facebook, TikTok, like reading unnecessary articles, like having gossips with the friends, like having corner meetings with the friends which are not related to our work. So these are the things. We are watching movie during work hours. These are things which can be avoided very easily, and it would save our time, and we'll be able to focus on remaining things. We'll be saving our time. We'll be managing our priorities. And then we discussed about teamwork. So we are working as teams. We are a team sitting here for a combined goal. Together, everyone achieves more is the thing. So we are working together to achieve a combined goal to making your startup successful. So teamwork is an important thing, and we all are working in teams, and we are working towards a combined, a single one goal. So teamwork is very important. Do try to have good bonding with your other team members, to understand each other, and work in teams, delegate work to each other, take work from others if they are having difficulties, help others of other team members. And in this way, you'll have a combined success for all of you. So these were the things which we discussed about soft skills today. And these were the basics, I think, which we needed to know for a good startup. Now I would share a link with you guys. You just try once open it, you'll get to know. So is you can do it easily. I think and you have to have submitted by tomorrow, so I can share the results with you guys in a couple of days. Just a minute, let me share that link. Just check it once and confirm me that you all able to see it. Is it getting open with you guys? Just fill it. Then I'll share complete report about your learning requirement, your current statuses. And after this, we'll be having a question and answer thing. And anything you guys think besides this, the soft skill which you need for your work, we can talk about, because in the as at the start, Aziz told, and I myself have said, I do believe more in discussions than on slides. Is it accessible for you all?
Yes, for me it is.
So, what is the
Yes, it
information?
is accessible. So let us know if any one of you can't access it, and let us complete it now, right? I know you might miss it later on. So Hassan,
Yes,
we can give them some time and they can complete it.
yes, they can. And I would recommend them to have some questions to know it better.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure.
So I would request all the participants to please complete the activity so we can move forward. So Hassan, any time check? So whoever has completed can mention in the chat box. We can read the responses in the chat box as well. So we are left with only a few minutes. I would request all the participants to kindly complete their form so Hassan can receive all your responses. So he has not received any form yet. Yeah, Aziz, are you there? So, San, have you received the responses now?
Single one. That takes 15 minutes. It's more.
Hey everyone, can you let us know how many of you have completed the form? Hassan, have we received any responses? Hassan, I can hardly hear you. Joy, do you need more time?
Yes, please.
All right, so let's take 5 more minutes to complete this, assignment. Vilad, that's fine. Let's take 5 more minutes.
Yeah, I think most of the participants are filling their forms. It's a bit lengthy, but it's very productive, Aziz.
Yeah, absolutely. So let them finish their form, and then we can, we can discuss it later because we have time as well later on. But I want them to complete this form during the session.
Yeah, that's good. And when they are done with it, we would be definitely taking a break, and after that, we would be starting our next session. And last 30-45 minutes, I think then we can reflect on the responses with maybe concluding remarks as well.
Please fill it this form. And it was very good to be with such vibrant people and who are trying to make a difference, who are trying to change the concepts, and who are steps in the future of Africa. I would be signing off now. If there is anything, any question, you can talk to me. I'm available on LinkedIn. You can approach me there. So I'm right on LinkedIn.
Yeah, Hassan, thank you so very much. I know you have other commitment as well. We have our own guru here as well. Heather, welcome. So yeah, thank you for dropping LinkedIn. Heather, you're mute.
Yeah. So good to see great people are here right now.
Heather is mute. So yeah, so thank you so very much, Hassan. It's always great to have you and learn a lot. We'll be engaging you in another sustainability webinar as well. But for now, thank you so very much. We will go through these answers later on in the activity section. But if you have any concluding remarks for the fellows, so you can share with them.
The conclusion for this session is like, I would say all these guys, be focused. There are things which these guys, Aziz, Danish, Heather, are sharing with you, are the things which they have practiced a lot and guided too many people, and they have made success stories in the market. So my advice is to stick to these principles, these things which they guys are telling you, and make your startups a success. Wish you all of you, wish you best, wish you luck. Thank you, and see you again, inshallah. Hi, Heather.
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you too, dear. Okay, I hand over to you guys.
So thank you very much, Hassan. And I was listening to your wonderful words while I was driving. So I'm sure, inshallah, in the next.
Aziz bhai, am I audible?
Yes, boss, you are audible. So Hassan, these guys will definitely be in touch with you. We have created one activity in which all the fellows have to put their LinkedIn profile in a sheet, including the speakers. So I would make sure that all the fellows and the speakers are get connected on LinkedIn. Not only get connected, but they are supposed to appreciate the kind of knowledge, skills, and
experiences the other fellows have. So they would be giving a recommendation to each other as well. So I would request all the participants, all the fellows who are part of this amazing session, amazing webinar. Hassan is here. He's a very busy person. We very tried hard to catch him for you people. So and he's so great that he has shared his LinkedIn profile link here. I would request all of you to follow him, and you have a lot of things to ask. I'm sure you have a lot of things to discuss. So there are certain things definitely you would be asking, but but due to lack of time, I think it's not possible to ask right now. So thank you very much, Hassan, and inshallah see you next time. And if there is anything, definitely would be keep teasing you.
Aziz, are you there?
Sir, yes, sir. Thank you so much. We just want to give them a 2-3 minutes refresher because we are here for the last 2 hours. So let's have a breather and then let's start in minutes. Thank you so much. So thank you so much, everyone. Let's take a quick breather for 5 minutes. You can take water, tea, anything you like, you enjoy. So have that and then don't sign off. Just be here on the Zoom. We will see each other in 5 minutes. Heather will be traveling after an hour. So he's here just for an hour. So let's take much out of this session and let's take 5 minutes and be back in 5 minutes.
Aziz, are we good to go?
Yes, we can. Danish, let's see if we have all of them.
Okay, so dear all
Danish,
participants, so we are about to start, and
I
we
love
have
the head on you.
exactly. So we have a great, charming personality, Mohammad Miraj Haider Sahab. So he has a very rich profile. I would be unable to explain his experience and expertise. So keeping on safe side, I would request Mr. Haider to kindly please introduce himself so we can get his wise words. So Haider, over to you.
Thank you so much, Danish. So how many participants do we have? I can see Ambrose, I can see Gerard, and um, so let me see in the tiles mod. We have Joy, perfect. So this is Mohammed. I run a small digital enterprise. I have been into academia from last 10 years, and that makes me realize I'm 32 now and I cannot wear red. But I have been working on cross-national and international ventures. I have been honored to work in different parts of the country and abroad on leadership, incubation, entrepreneurship, and enabling people with effectuation theory, that means limited resources. And I'll be talking to you all on leadership. So I hope that I do not make it boring. So as of now, we are at 6-7, like 7 minutes from my session. I'll speak for another 38 minutes, and then we have question and answers with you for a good 15 minutes. I hope that I don't nag you. I hope that I do not make it boring for you. And I hope that you enjoy the session. So, what is leadership? You guys can pop into your keyboards. You can open your mic. You need to tell me what is leadership.
Hello, am I
Hi,
audible?
you are.
Okay, this is Guillaume. I define leadership as the ability to bring vision into action. First, have the vision, then bring it to action by using all the resources available. So,
So executing your vision is leadership.
yes, first having the vision and then executing it with all the
Okay.
resources available.
If someone has a tunnel vision, will he be the leader?
If someone has,
A tunnel vision. Do you know what's a tunnel vision?
no,
Okay. So a tunnel vision is that you are standing in a tunnel, which is this,
yes,
and so would that make him a leader?
not only, it's not enough to make a leader.
Absolutely. So executing a broader vision is leadership.
Executing,
A broader vision, not a tunnel vision. If I
think
can,
I can't hear.
okay, let me do something with my screen. If I'm so what I'm saying is, I write it into the keyboard part. Chat. Where do we have chat option? Okay, yes. Executing a broader view. So did I make my point? Okay, so do we have any other definition of leadership? Ambrose, do we have any other definition of leadership? Rabbits for tomorrow. Anyone? Christine, Dina, Elizabeth, Gassy, Joy.
Okay.
Willard.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
what is
So
leadership?
leadership is inspiring people to take action in order to
Inspiring
achieve,
people.
to take action in order to achieve a particular goal or vision.
Okay, that makes absolute sense to me. Yes. Anyone else? I think, yes. Anyone else? So, empathy, anyone knows what is empathy? Okay, so how do we go about it? If I'm not audible, if I'm too slow, if I'm too high, if I'm too fast, you need to stop me and tell me because you are investing your time in it. Empathy is inculcation, thinking from the other's perspective. Leadership starts from empathy. If you feel pain of people, you will share relief for them. You will inspire them. And that is why it is most important thing. You know what is the greatest gift of human being? That we feel. We feel the pain of people when they suffer. We feel the pain of injustice. We feel the pain of dichotomy. We feel the pain of unjust wisdom. We feel the pain. And if we do not feel pain, Aisha, we cannot be a leader. If we do not feel for the people we love, regardless if they can benefit us or not, thinking from a community perspective, thinking from a global perspective, that is the most important thing. Did I make my point? You guys can always unmute.
Yes.
Did I make my point?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Moving on. So how do you start everything? It starts from I. I is for an individual. I is for an intellectual. I is for identity. I am. So I'll take you through a few cases. These are my signature slides, so I'll take you through them. I'm not invisible. So when you travel through airports, you notice folks who seem invisible. For example, when I come to my office, if I do not see my security boy, I know my car is in danger. But if I see him daily, he is invisible to me. The people who are part of our janitorial staff, we do not notice them as long as they are no more there. They enable very small components of our lives. When we travel through airports, we notice folk who seem invisible. Have you ever paid attention to the attendant who are stationed on the washrooms, men's room? They used to clean, they used to clear. Can you imagine how nasty they could be if they are not there any day? We do not try to diminish anyone's value, but we see that how they contribute. Whenever you can go pat their back and say thank you, so that they feel that they are visible. People, whenever you can, you empathize and empower. For example, people that care for us, people that care for our loved ones, people who are enabling our old people, we need to tell them. For example, we in this part of the world are not very fond of hugging our parents. Whenever we do, they think that we have either done something wrong or there's something fishy. Human touch in this element is missing. And that is why we always say that expression is missing. And telling people that we love them and we care for them is very important. We need to make it very intimate to when people in our community are there. Anything you want to say, Tainam? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Perfect. We still matter. When we talk about community, it is giving confidence to them. It is about caring for them. It is about feeling for them. It is about enabling them. It is about telling them that how important they are. It is about small little gesture that contributes. We need to know that people around us are the one who enable leadership. Starting from a soccer game or the little plays that we do around our street, a boy who is captaining the team might not be a very good leader, might not be a very good player, but he knows how to gel in. And it all starts out from there. When you feel for someone whose class favorite boy might not be very sound, intellectual, and intelligent, but he's people's man. So leadership comes with community. Did I make my point? Or there's any question? Aisha, did I make my point? I'm sorry, I keep nagging you all so that you don't sleep.
Oh, yes, we are following.
Yes, I won't let you sleep, unfortunately, for another 30 minutes. Aisha, did I make point? Tina, did I make my point?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Joy, did I?
Yes, you did.
Perfect. Moving on. Give people the confidence. Our leader puts himself at the back, put his people on the front. I know people who were never given confidence. Our leader is never one who jumps in to take the credit. Our leader is someone who enables people. He's behind the bars, he's behind the curtain, he's behind the stage. We all have choices each and every day. It is on us that how we decide about the choices that we go around with. That is the most important thing that we do. And that makes us the most important thing. And that is how it all is enabled. So whenever you can, preach confidence. Tell people that they matter. Tell people that they are visible. Tell people that you care for them. And tell people that they are not stupid, their narrative is right. And that is what we call coexistence. When you exist with people, you enable them with coexistence. So I am one of the most powerful words that you are. So I would request all of you to put one skill as an adjective and pop up in my chat box. For example, Dina says, I am empathetic. Atanam says, I am charismatic. Aisha says, I am diverse. So put in who you are. So let's all wake up, write 3 words, 2 of which I'm telling you that they are I and am. Third one you need to fill in and bombard. Atanam says, I'm confident. Perfect. Casey is sportive. Wow. Tabby is caring. Author is passionate. Compassionate. Compassionate is more good word. Dr. Soham, can you get me the word? Where are the remaining ones? Aziz, I hope you have not left for your meal while we are in the session. You will eat your doner kebab. You cannot do this to us.
Yeah, so I am working actually, not eating.
So you are proactive. Wow. Aziz is working. I wish Tanish feels the same that Aziz is working.
By the way, it's the end of the month, so I'm just cutting checks.
You are grateful. Wow, gratitude, Dina, gratitude. I know a scholar of Pakistan, DKY. DKY in his famous book, Inspiring from Socrates, write that self-confidence and self-care are the most powerful weapons to inculcate leadership. So yes, gratitude is the most important thing. And most important thing is being yourself. Yes. Authentic. Wow. Moving on. Do's and don'ts of leadership. So what are the things that we should not do in leadership? Aisha, I guess you want to get authentic. So what are the things that we should not do in leadership?
I'll give an example that do not discourage participation. If you are a leader and your team want to contribute or participate in whatever is being done, you should encourage and allow them to do it.
Should not preach negativity, yes. Do not discourage participation. You should not be entitled to all the limelight. Entitlement is also an issue. Privilege is also an issue. Segregation, inclusion is most important. So everything that you tell is no, I'll tell you what are the do's of leadership. So do not segregate, do inculcate, do inclusiveness, be inclusive. Wow, inspiring. Thank you, Dr. Ames. So what are the other don'ts? Doc, you cannot put me in dark. So what are the other things? Do not be dishonest. Okay, if you all are up, I can give you something that you can print and put it on your table, and you can always spare coffee for me because it is something that you would love. It is a guy, Michael Fisher, he says, people know what they do. Frequently, they know why they do what they do. Frequently, they know why they do what they do. What they don't know is what they do does. That is when you make a wrong narrative. That is when you play with people's sentiment. That is when you are not inclusive. Small mistakes by the leaders can devastate generations. So, how many of you agree to it? Now, there are two very clear things that I'll be talking about: intent and action. So, what are the do's and don'ts of leadership? Why? So, why do you want to be a leader? Next question. Why people want to be a leader? I'm sorry, I wanted to sleep. And yes, you cannot work on your web WhatsApp. You need to be here. Why do you want to be leader?
Yeah, can I come in?
Absolutely, all yours.
Yes. So personally, there is something that I want to do, something that I want to achieve, which would make impact in my own life and in the life of the society around me. And I don't know if I'll be able to achieve that being a team member or being in a group or something. So I had to start it. I had to come up with it. And because of that, I automatically become the leader of that particular thing, just to make that impact that I want to see.
Spare my writing, but I'm writing impact. Yes. What else? Impact. Yes, Gerard. You may.
Well, thank you, Mohammed. Yeah, I want to be a leader because I identify the gap. That
You
is
identify
not
the
gap as in something that is impactful but is not being done. So I want to cover that gap and create that impact.
tap the gap.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I'm not
Perfect.
participating because I'm in a noisy place, but I'm
No
following.
worries. Your one word would make my day.
Yeah, bye.
Yes, Joy.
Hi, I want to be a leader so that I can lead my team, so that I can remind my team of the objectives that we need to accomplish. Objectives.
Okay, I'm trying to read. I hope I write one day. Yes. Anapa says to impact myself, my family, and my community. Perfect. Goodness. My goodness. You may.
Hello everybody.
Hi.
Can you hear me? Hi, Mohammed.
Absolutely.
Great.
I hope so. Your session is going well.
Yes, it is. Okay. So I think I want to be a leader to be able to solve problems. Because the problems are around us and we cannot just leave it for any other person to solve. So putting myself out there to solve those problems technically makes me a leader. So to solve problem solving.
Okay. I'm sorry, my L was kind of dozed off, so it has inclined that way. But solve. Anyone else? Okay. So moving on. Do you want to be a leader because you want to have your moment of fame? You know, it is moment of fame. So everyone in their life wants a 20 seconds of
Yes,
fame.
I want to be part of the change that I would like to see in Haiti, in my country.
Perfect.
I want to invest in children. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can, and I am. Anyone else?
Actually, I don't care about the fame.
Okay, anyone else?
I think I want to be recognized for
Okay.
anything I do. So yes, fame comes with that.
Okay, so I'll rush you up with all these things. Number one, moment of fame. Few people want to be leader because they want their moment of fame. However, it is as shallow as it sounds, because if you have not done something on ground, whatever you do would not give you a constant fame. Number two, people want to be leader because they want actual change, because they want to solve the gap, because they want to solve the problems, because they understand the situation and they want to fix it. Number three, intent versus action. A lot of people want to do things and that is their intent, but they're unable to do things. That is their action. This is the most important point when we talk about it. Did you understand?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So, moving on, when we see what we see, intent versus action is very clear. Now, if you want to remember one thing in your life about leadership, there is one thing that is called intent and there is one thing that is called action, and they can absolutely be in opposite direction. For example, if I say that I want to contribute to children education, but I put in all my money and budget on infrastructure, my intent is different, my action is different. If I want to make an inclusive space and I keep investing people for animal safety, they are two different things. Or if I talk about animal safety, but I am against shelter homes, intent versus action is different. Number four, you go into a class. So Joy goes into a class and says that how many of you want to be the leader? One pops hand, number two pops hand, and the entire class pops hand. So if entire class is a leader, who is going to be the follower? So when people does that, it's the new yo. How many of you agree that being a leader is a buzzword? You know, who are you? I'm a leader. How many of you have seen people doing that? Yes, that smiley says it all. Joy follows the smile. The rest of them keeps their mic on the silent and will deserve commenting, but I'll keep bugging. What do you say about moment of fame and the new you? How many of you have seen people claiming to be a leader, but they are not? It's just the you. Atarinam goes first, Ambrose follows. Rest of them are sleeping. Three, two. Aisha has no opinion about it. Goodness have no opinion about it. Batul has no opinion about it. Dina
Hello?
has no opinion about it. Yes, sir.
Yes, I think it happens quite often because we can
Very
confuse
often.
leadership and management, and leadership and even just a title.
Leaders are different people.
So
Managers are different. Managers are the one who are entitled to managing things. They are not inspiring any change. They do the dirty work. Leader has their values above that. You're absolutely right, Abel.
I think there are two perspectives of this. The first is people who like. So basically, leader is not a position. Maybe we might want to identify ourselves as, for example, entrepreneur, CEO, manager, as you
It's
said.
a purpose.
Yes,
It's a
but
purpose.
leader, it's like more comprehensive, and it cannot be like it's misleading even to say that you're a leader. The second thing is people who just think what they are doing is leadership, but actually it's not. And I think
Absolutely.
another confusion is the confusion between being a leader and a boss. So some bosses think they are leaders and all of that. So although it's nice word, but I don't think it should be used this often or to identify ourselves merely as leaders alone
You
or something like
spoke the
that.
truth, Batu. You spoke the truth. Much needed. Transdence. Now, I started off with what Batu said. And this is very important, let me tell you. When you say leaders and manager, leadership is not a position, it's a transcendence, it's a purpose, it's something divine. You're feeling for people who are not going to benefit you anyway. You feel pain for people suffering, but you have not damaged them. So the bigger purpose, the godly purpose, makes you a leader. The strength to feel the pain makes you a leader. I hope I am clear. If there's anything that you would want me to add in it. So, who are the leader? The one who's empathetic. Number 2, inspiring. Number 3, doer. Number 4, humanity. Number 5, openness and readiness. That is what you guys said. We need not to segregate people for sharing their opinion. We need not to discharge them from anything. We need not to put a burden on them. We should not, absolutely not. It is a broader purpose altogether. It's a broader game altogether. That's a broader thing altogether. It's telling people the future. When people were not up to telephone or technology, someone had a VM. And that is what changed. Leadership is something that inculcates, inspires, and triggers innovation. And innovation is one of the most important things altogether. And there are two types of innovations: incremental innovation and radical innovation. Radical innovation is something that is leadership inspired. It changes the way life works altogether. So, what are the prerequisites of being a leader? Have some experience of working with professionals first. Seek a mentor. Be a lifelong learner. Your purpose should be there. Be concrete, doer, long-term planning, goals, and make a community, not a network, a community. That a network plus purpose is a community. Network for the sake of network is not a community. There's a very clear difference in it. You don't need to have a dream. A very unpopular opinion. If you have something you dream to achieve, go for it. If your dream is big enough, it will take you most of your life to achieve. And by the time you achieve it, will end. So, leadership is all about a journey. Don't seek happiness. Pardon my language, but if you think it too much, it goes away. Pursuit of happiness. How many of you have seen Pursuit of Happiness? If anyone of you have seen Pursuit of Happiness, it's a movie.
Can you go back 2 slides? What do you mean by don't have a dream? Can you explain more?
Yes. I'm sorry for tapping one of the biggest stereotype in the world. I'm so sorry. So, if you have something you dream to achieve, go for it. They're instant. For example, you dream to make a life, right? You spend 60 years of your life making that dream possible. And then you leave a legacy, but you don't cherish it. You die. You have spent your life chasing something you would not ever cherish. What's your take on that?
What did you ask last at the end?
You spend your life chasing something.
Yes, and we leave a legacy. Okay.
Yes, legacy is leadership. That we agree, right? But you would not be able to taste it. For example, it's a very transient process altogether. We all have some dreams that we want to achieve. We should go and achieve it. But if our dreams are too big, that they take our life and they deviate us from the purpose, we see that will not be the either way. For example, if we want to go somewhere and it's just too far, and we think our life would be spent throughout the process, we'll cherish the process, but we would not be able to have the fruit of it. Okay, if you want to make a community, did you understand, Batul?
Yes, but I wanted to like comment on this and
absolutely,
say,
please do.
And say like what we have been taught or told at least, that it's okay to have a big dream, but maybe we can small it, we can compart it into goals and into achievable goals on both the short and long term. And then the dream, it's no problem if it's not achieved. For example, we want to change the world as big as it sounds. Yes, but as long as we do a certain amount or we spend our lifetime doing that, I think we'll be satisfied at the end of our lives. We should be.
Batul, you have said exactly what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
So, let me see what I wanted and where did it go? Here. The option 10. It's a dream. These are the goals. Forgive my drawing. If we achieve our goals, we are good to go. When we talk about goals, we are told that goals must be specific and smart. You know, small goals, crisp goal. When we say we want to change the world, it's a dream. When we say we want to change our community, it's a goal. But it contributes to the broader dream. So that is what we are talking here. Yes, Tabe.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to comment on this. I like the point, but then what I think is that we can enjoy the process because we might not be able to achieve the end goal itself, but once we enjoy the process, it's fine.
Can I comment something on Tabe? Can I comment on something? Tabe, can I comment on something?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So, do you cook?
Rarely, but yes, sometimes.
Do you enjoy the process, the activity, or you enjoy the meal?
Both.
Which one is more?
I mean, the food itself, but if it's only the food, I can buy it in a restaurant, but I enjoy cooking as well. So
that is the process.
Yes.
right? Most of us, there is one human nature that we love chasing things. If I want a good phone, I'll struggle for it. The day I have it, it would be just another thing I'll have. But the process of it is the major thing. When we have something, we fail to value it. But the process that we go through is too much. So journey that I said is most important thing. And so is human journey. So as I have said earlier, leadership is all about journey. How it all starts, where it all goes, how it all taps. So yes, that is the major chunk of it. It's all luck. Be a teacher. That is the most important thing. Teach people. Teach people leadership. You will be told that leadership cannot be taught, but no, it can be structured. Tell people gratitude. Tell people compassion. Tell people that they are important. Tell people that they need not to let go of everything they feel. Tell people that they matter. People are most important aspect of the universe. They transcend change. They inspire change. Cherish people and pay gratitude. For every person that will happen to you would teach you life. Try to also express your passion for things you love. Tell people that they matter. You are passionate to speak from your eyes. Be demonstrative. Send thank you cards. Be pro stuff. Do not dismiss anyone's opinion. Never do that. Never do that. You can never tell anyone whatever they're feeling is wrong. We coexist. We don't control. We do not structure. We do not tell people how they feel. There is no specific theory that how anyone feels. There is no human manual for it. Last, respect people with lower power than you. That makes you a leader. Empathy and respect would sort out things for you. Don't rush. You don't need to already know what you're going to do with the rest of your life. That is what I was talking about dreams. Don't panic. I have changed 3 careers, and now when I'm 32, I don't want to do anything. I just want to read books, write books. So the idea of seeking meaning in the set of circumstances that happens to exist after 13.8 billion. Everyone has a purpose. We human need to think that universe has a purpose. Go with the flow. That is the most important thing. Shoot your questions. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And these are all simple opinions of human experiences. This can all be wrong. There is no set definition of leadership. Yes, Aisha. Yes, Aisha, please. That way, there are no wrong answers in the universe. Yes, leaders are born, but yes, circumstances also make people leaders. Few people who are indifferent at times would not be indifferent forever. There are no rights and wrongs. I have seen leaders being born and devastating the universe. And I have seen leaders who have made out of their circumstances and they change the world. But the core of leadership would always be the same, empathetic. I have not seen anyone who is not empathetic but be a leader. Thank you, Dina. You are too generous. Yes, Joy.
I have a question.
Shoot.
So sometimes as a leader, you feel like you're not, I think it goes back to like work-life balance, where you feel like you're doing your best, but you wish you could do more, but because you have other responsibilities, you just don't feel like you're optimizing your potential as a leader.
Okay. So Joy, do you ever plan to come to Pakistan?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Do you ever plan to come to Pakistan?
I can't hear you well.
Am I audible for others?
Can you say it slower?
Okay. Do you plan to come Pakistan?
Not in the next few years.
Okay. So like after 100 years, if you ever think of coming to Pakistan, I'll take you to Aziz and Danish. They'll treat you with the best food. There'll be a point when you cannot eat more, but you would want more. What would you do?
Just say no.
Yes.
Good.
You want more, but you cannot eat more. This is exactly what we are going through in work-life balance and otherwise. There's a lot that needs to be done, but you can only do the max you can. For you, the benchmark is not universal, it's personal. The curiosity, the desire to do more than you can would damage your mental peace. Okay, so if when I step down in my office, there is one quotation. It says, do not try to fix people, there are consequences. There was a time when I wanted to change the world. Now I'm just contributing my bit. Even if I work 19 hours a day, I'm stretching myself for no reason. But if I am doing the best I can, keeping my family, my work, my life balanced, at least I'm giving peace to 7 people or 10 people who are around me. And my work would impact 100 people that are around me. And my desire of changing the universe, I cannot exaggerate myself to a point where I'll damage myself. Again, these are my experiences. You are entitled to your experiences. We all have different versions of truth. We all have different versions of life. Truth is about the moment we go through. Our circumstances are different. Our examples are different. Our experiences are different. Thank you, Atu. You have been generous with the comments. Any other guy?
Thank you again. I wanted just actually to add on what you have said to Aisha or
Joy.
To Joy, yes. Basically, I think here's where comes leader by like the importance of leaders creating more leaders and leading by example and all of that, because eventually we cannot do everything on our own. So maybe just doing it efficiently instead, like, you know, when you create more people and more leaders, then you will be more satisfied and creating more by doing less.
Okay, I agree. Was it a question?
Yes, just an add-on or comment.
Yes, it was an add-on. Can you narrate it to me? I did not get the question. I'm sorry. Can you rephrase it for me? My apologies.
I was just telling Joy about just
Yes,
like the
that I have
importance.
heard. That I have heard, and I agree to it.
Yeah, just that. I didn't say something else.
Perfect. Anything else, anyone? It was a pleasure being here. You guys can connect me on LinkedIn or Facebook. I can be searched with the name of Muhammad Haider Miraj. I hope you guys tell Aziz that you loved the session, so he treats me with chaisi tikka next time when I visit him. And Danish takes me around for kava. If there's anything more I can do, I'll be more than happy to do.
Anytime, barbecue and chicken curry is waiting for you.
Yes, I miss it.
So, yeah, thank you so very much. Yeah, Danish, or to you?
Danish with his favorite red shirt. At your wish, sir.
Yeah, just in case you have any question. So I and Danish, we both are here. Heather, thank you so very much.
Danish, are you here? I think Danish is not. I think he's on mute. So
Yeah.
thank you, Aziz.
Thank you so much, sir. Every time you join, we learn from you. And just to
Your
tell,
wish, my command, my lord.
and just to tell every one of you, as Hassan has played a role in my life, in my growth, in our enterprise growth. So Heather is one of the recent addition in the last 3 years. He has been a great blessing on us and on me especially. So sir, thank you so very
Aziz
much
is
for
a
all the
sweetheart.
support. Thank you.
Thank you so very
Means
much,
a lot.
everyone. Thank you.
So thank you, Heather. Travel safe. I know you will be traveling. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
I'll be just heading on the wheels and road now. Thank you so very much.
Travel safe. Have a good time.
Okay.
Love.
Aziz, we didn't.
Yeah,
I
go
didn't
ahead.
find him on LinkedIn.
All right.
I shared my ID. I can also
Oh.
share the Snapchat of it.
Yeah. Okay. Here is the ID is in the chat. The tool is in the chat, right? Let me share again.
Okay.
Yeah. You can connect there.
Okay.
So Heather, thank you
Thank
so very much. You can go ahead and please travel safe.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Yeah, Danish, over to you. Danish, can you hear us?
Okay, thank you very much, Heather, for a wonderful session. And I was just sitting back and I was just, yeah. Am I audible to you?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so thank you very much to everyone for the wonderful participation you made. Aziz, I would request you to please made me co-host so I can share my screen.
Danish, you can share now.
Yeah, so I would be taking last 30 to 45 minutes to discuss something very important that I feel it has to be inculcating when we are talking about leadership. And you all are leading your ventures in any shape, in any designation, in different part of worlds, addressing different social issues. So it's very important to understand not only your own self, but also to understand teams and how to understand people in order to make a better team for productivity and effectiveness. Yeah, so am I audible to all of you? Uh, am I audible to all of you? Can anyone unmute and give me a yes?
Yes, Danish, yes. I can hear you.
Yeah, I think, can anyone respond? Aziz, am I audible?
Yes, Danish. Hello.
Okay, I think I would request, yeah, I would request participants to please mute their mics so we can go smoothly. So one basic question I want to ask you all, what is the difference between knowing and understanding? It's a very basic question, but it is a framing towards a module I'm going to share with you that would be very, very critical to understand the leadership and the kind of people we are dealing in our organization and team. So what's the difference between knowing and understanding? Yeah, Gulami.
Yeah, thank you. I think for me, knowing is about the what and understanding is about the why. So I know what it is and why is it so. That's about understanding.
Okay. 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 Good. Good. Yeah. Good. Good. G. Vilad. Yes.
I think knowing is superficial information that you have about something. However, understanding is an in-depth information that you have regarding a subject matter. Thank you.
Okay. So do we think that, or do we believe that only knowing is important? Knowing problem, knowing your own self, knowing people, knowing organization, knowing expectation, knowing organization, only knowing is important, or we need to move forward and to jump into understanding as well? So what's your take on this?
Yes, so understanding is actually processing this knowledge.
Exactly, processing the knowledge is very critical, very critical. And if I make you reflect on yesterday, we did this activity. Aziz had a great session yesterday regarding emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. For me, that was very critical part of knowing our own self and what it takes to make people understand what are the phenomena, what are the elements you think that if these are part of our processes, then only we would be able to understand ourselves and people. As we all agreed that only knowing is not important, we need to take jump towards understanding. So what would be the critical elements you think that has to be part of the process to make you understand people, relationship, and your own self?
I would say that observing in any situation, if something is happening and people are reacting to a particular situation, it's good to observe because it gives you an idea of, okay, what is causing this person, or even if it's you yourself, what is causing you yourself to react in such a particular in that way or in that situation. So observing also helps with understanding ourselves and others.
Exactly. Yeah. Any other comment? So observing is one of them very important and critical aspect of understanding things, because when we observe different kind of behavior, and every observation has a different experience attached to it. For example, if you observe speaker A, so that person would be talking differently. He would be having different understanding of different things, just because of the kind of different background he has, the kind of different experience he has, the kind of different nature or nurture he has, and the kind of different views he has. So observation is attached to our experiences, and it is very, very critical, and it is one of the main transition that leaders usually do from knowing to towards understanding. So taking this topic further, there is another thing I would request all of you to comment on this. As a leader, what do you think, how to understand yourself and how to build trust in team and your own self? So do we have any phenomena? Uh, do you know any module? Do you know any steps, any theory that you can recall that this is, for me, this is the line personally I follow when I understand myself, or I develop trust in others, or I understand other people. So do we have anything?
I'd like to comment on this. So for me personally, it boils down back to the observation for me. I like to should I say track or look at my behavior in situations. And then after that, I try to assess myself. Okay, how did I perform this way in this situation? If it's good, then I'm going to continue with it. But if it's not good, then how can I, what else could I have done in that situation? And then subsequently, if that situation repeats itself, I try to remember what I could have done, and then I'll do it in that situation. That is something that I usually employ anytime I experience situations and all of that. Yeah. So observation and then assessment of self. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great point. It's a great point, great foundation for what I'm going to say right now. Like, for example, you have just elaborated observation and assessing your own self. But there is a simple question. Do we think that if we assess our own self and if we observe, because observation has a limitation too, because if I observe something, so I will definitely decide or perceive differently, because the kind of personality I would be having and the kind of experience in the past I would be having. So observation is sometimes is not reality. Observation clicks, but maybe it is not right, maybe it is wrong, because perception is what makes you a pure decision maker, and observation is something that, like I can say that it is very subjective thing. So it's very important to clarify your perceptions. Do you think that we need other people to take feedback, to take comment, on the kind of thinking we have, or the kind of processes we have, or the kind of ideas we have. So do we think that taking feedback from other people can make us a better leader or not? Yeah. So your comment would be needing. Are we self-sufficient? Are we as a human are self-sufficient? Or do we really need people to give us feedback on our assessment, on our observation, on our perceptions? Is it important? Is it important to become a more effective leader? Or we are self-sufficient human being God have created?
No, of course we need feedback and constructive feedback.
Yeah, and
Okay,
also,
so we need feedback.
yeah, feedback is very important because like we said, what you may be seeing, you may be seeing it based on your own perception. Someone else too may be seeing it based on their perception. So the feedback they give you can open up, should I say, what you see, or it helps expand your scope so that you don't only see something from one dimension. Yeah.
Yeah, very true, very true. So another thing, do we really believe that we all are self-aware human being? We all are already fully self-aware professionals, self-aware leaders. Do we believe this? Or do we believe that we are not self-sufficient and we continuously keep exploring not only ourselves, but also through people? We keep exploring our paths and the kind of environment we are living in. So these are two different school of thoughts. So what do you think that, what kind of school of thought you would be supporting?
I would personally go for a combination between both, because apparently we
And
are.
why is it so?
So as you said from the beginning, like we are not self-sufficient as humans, and like it's somewhere between being dependent and independent. We call it interdependency. This is first. The second, I would say, because so much, of course, like as my colleague already said, that it makes us see things from a different dimension, the feedback, but also too much feedback is too much noise, in my opinion. And some self-reflection is also important, because also what we value is different from what others value, for example. So we can't just be reliant on what others are giving.
Exactly, exactly. Very well said, very well said. So moving forward, there is a tool, there is a module which really talks about not only understanding your own self, but also understanding people, understanding teams, understanding organizations, understanding thoughts, emotions, behaviors, understanding reactions. And by using this model, which I'm going to present to you, by using this model, not only you can increase your effectiveness, but also you can really make people polish in terms of their skills and in terms of their abilities. So this is Johari Window. It's a very famous psychological management tool. Usually consultants and trainers across the world use this tool, and it has been developed by Joseph and Harrington in early 60s. And what does it says? It is designed to help people not only to understand themselves, but also to understand other people as well. And what are the components? So if we see that this Johari window has 4 boxes. Johari window says that human has 4 personalities. Human has 4 boxes in themselves. And he named those boxes, number 1 as open side of their personality. Number 2, blind side of their personality. Number 3, hidden side of their personality. And number 4, unknown side of their personality, which has been tagged as the mystery side, the mysterious, the unknown, the magical, the magician. So what they have stated is that as a human being, as a leader, as a CEOs, as co-founders, as professionals, we all have this open side of our personality. For example, you know my name. My name is Danish. You know that. Uh, I am a male by gender, by sex. I'm a Pakistani. I'm a professional trainer. I'm a consultant. And I use LinkedIn. And these are the few of the components that you know.
Danish, I think we lost you. Can you guys hear Danish?
Am I audible to you?
Now you are.
Yeah, good, great. So we were talking about the second side of our personality, and we really need to understand. We really need to understand as a human being, not only as a human being, but as a professional, maybe as brother, as son, as daughters, as mother, as father. We really need to dive into our own self to discover the kind of magic this universe.
Danish, we lost you again. I think Danish is facing some connectivity issue, but let's wait for a minute for him. Yep, Danish, thanks for joining.
I don't know. I just lost the connection. It's
No,
okay.
it's fine. Sometime Zoom gives this issue.
So we are living in digital world. So everything has benefits and pros and cons both. So let me share this. Okay. So I'm sure it's okay for now. Okay. So in the second So I don't know. I'm losing connection again and again for unknown reasons. Aziz, are you there?
Yes, Danish, I can hear you.
I would request if you can also open this Johari window just in case I lost connection, so you can contribute into it meanwhile. So until then, I will continue.
Yeah, sure. Can you share it with me?
Yeah, I will share it with you.
Yeah, can you put it in the folder, in the online folder in presentation?
Okay, I will do that. I will do that.
Thanks.
So in meanwhile, I would want you to share your input on the importance of this Johari window, especially in the perspective of leadership.
So to me, I think I'm very close to this Johari window, and you know that I mostly share this Johari window in almost every of my session. The reason is it is why it is important.
The important reason for it is that you explore yourself, you explore different parts of your personality, which is very, very important. Remember, I always start, I always share this with the people around me that who brings you success? It's you who brings success to yourself, right? So, and it's you who can do a lot of wonders. It's you who can identify things. It's you who can work on things and improve yourself. And that could only happen when you know more about yourself. So why we are so much focused on exploring your personality, the reason is it's the basic, it's the foundation. So I think this Johari window is really, really important. Whatever you hear now, you heard, I would really like all of you that once you go back, do the personality assessment, work on what we have been teaching you, and then specifically focus on this Johari window. This will help you a lot.
Aziz, yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, so as Aziz just mentioned that it is one of the most powerful tool that we have came across till now in our training career. The second part of this module is about that we all are some way around blind. There are certain things that we are not aware about our own self. Maybe when we are angry, we do certain things, but we are blind. We don't know why we do certain things. And sometimes we even don't notice that why we do certain things, and those things are prominent and noticeable to only to others. You cannot identify those things. So that's why the author says that this is the blind side of your personality. Because you are blind, you are unable to identify your weaknesses, you are unable to identify your strengths. Maybe someday a friend will come to you and that person will tell you that, hey, you have a great personality. When you smile, you become so beautiful. And you would be definitely get amazed that these were the things that I was unaware. And at that particular moment, those are the characteristics we are really feel that we are blind. And I'm sure if we are agreeing on this, that we are not self-sufficient people, we are not complete human being till now, and human is learning from birth to death. In between all the ages, all the experiences, we do learn. And we learn from nature, we learn from people. So this is the blind side of a personality as a human, as a leader, as a CEO, as a whatever. And the third side of your personality is the hidden side of your personality. There are many things. There are many things. Those are so personal to you that you don't want to share with anyone in the world. Maybe you are super talented person, but you don't want to share your knowledge. There are certain people who don't share their knowledge, who don't share their expertise, who don't answer, who keep their knowledge to themselves. One of my friend, he was when we were in college, so he used to hide his knowledge, he used to hide his answer sheet, he used to hide his solutions. So there are certain things that we hide, we don't share. And we are I and Aziz always talk about a Harvard research. That research says that it was a research conducted on over 700 individuals, and the research was started in early 1990 1920s, and a sample size was decided with those people who were at the age of 7 at that particular time. And after each 5 year, researchers were used to go there, meet them, and ask different particular but same kind of questions. And you won't believe that after almost 1 century, that research has been published, and that is already on internet, and you can search on Google. That is Harvard research on happiness. And there was a simple question. Those people who were dying, and there was a question asked to them, and that was, what was, if you were if you were given opportunity to live once more in your life, so what is a different one simple thing that you would do differently? And you all would be amazed to hear that that simple thing those dying people share is that if we get life back, if we get younger, we would try to share as maximum as we can. So the answer jolted the world about the importance of sharing, the importance of talking to people, the importance of questioning, the importance of consulting, the importance of coaching. And this has jolted the people, not only the people across the world, that the sharing part of your personality is very integral. And if you think that you are sitting alone, there are certain activities we do only when we are alone in our homes, in our rooms, in our offices. And there are certain things that are unknown to the world, that are just known to you. You don't want to share that. That part of your personality is the hidden part of your personality. And let's come to the fourth part of your personality, that has been tagged as the unknown side of your personality, the mysterious, the magical, the unknown, the unbeatable, the unstoppable part of your personality. But sadly, unfortunately, that part of personality is unknown to us and to the world both. And great people, great businessmen, all the great leaders of the world, they do wonders in this box. They explore themselves, and they explore themselves by talking to themselves, diving in their own self, identifying their strengths and weaknesses, their dreams, their goals, their objective, their visions, their missions, and they also take help from people. One of participants just uh, commented recently that we are not self-sufficient. We need people to give us feedback. We need people to help us to get succeed, because we are talking about human connection, and without human connection no one can succeed. Leadership is a far phenomena. Let me be so clear and so blunt in this. Even without people, we cannot succeed. Even we cannot become a human. So human connection is very, very important. So this is the psychological leadership and management formula that has been implemented in big organization, in big companies across the world. So after all these boxes, the open side of your personality, the blind side of your personality, the open side of your personality is, as you can see, that you that is known to you, not known to self, known to others. So that is open side of your personality. And the blind side, not known to self, you are unknown about those things, but people knows about you. And if you talk about hidden side of your personality, as a leader, not known to others but known to self. And the mysterious, the magical, the unstoppable box of your personality is unknown, because it is neither known to yourself, neither it is known to people. So I would, before I move to the next slide, which is again very integral and very critical slide of this, is this of this phenomena, this theory, this concept. I would want you to comment on these 4 boxes of your personality as a leader. Yeah, you can unmute and you can share your thoughts. Yeah, Ambrose, Batul, Christina, all are here. Atornum, Gerard, Goodness. So 2-3 quick feedback on this. As a leader, the importance of these 4 personalities, these 4 boxes as a leader.
Yes, so actually what you were saying from the beginning, the combination of both self-recognition and others' feedback really comes here. And I was really impressed by the unknown part. I thought it's the least important one, but it ended up it's the most important one.
Yeah, it's a mystery, it's a magical, it's a magician, it's the unstoppable, and you can conquer the world if you know, if you explore this side of your personality. And there are only few in the world who have achieved this standard, who have achieved this amount of excellence in their field. So moving forward, so how, most important question arises here is that, okay, fine, if I am falling in the blind side of my personality, if I am following the hidden side of my personality, and I have not opened myself to the world, and still because of I'm not open to the world, I am unable to explore myself. So how I am going to check all the boxes? So that's the real question to ask, and here I'm sharing with you how we can do that. So if we see that, when we talk about the open area of our personality, when we talk about the open side of your personality, I just mentioned that this side of personality is known to you and known to others. For example, I know you all are resolution fellows, so that is known side of your personality, that is known to you, known to me as well. And when you talk, so I can understand that you are from this background, you are male, female, so these are the known side of personality. But there are certain things, that there are many things that you are hiding from me, and same is the case with me, and same is the case for others. But I just mentioned that Harvard research said that sharing, if you share, you become successful. You not only become successful, but you make impact on people as well. So in order to a greater goal has to be what? It has to be to make sure that the open side of personality become larger, and the blind side and the hidden side of personality should be the smaller one. So this has to be the goal. So how we are going to achieve this? The biggest question. So how? The answer is you have to make people aware of themselves. You have to go and give them feedback. For example, if you are leading an organization, you are leading a team of 20 people. If you know that there are certain things that your employees are doing, but they are unaware of those actions, because as a leader, we should not be judgmental. There are certain things that we as a human do and does, but we do unconsciously. So as a leader, if you find something that your team member, your colleague is doing certain things, so what we are going to do, what we will be doing is that we would give feedback. So by giving feedback, or vice versa, if I am taking feedback from your side, so I would be not only limitizing, squeezing the blind area of my personality by taking feedback from you people. So that's why in the end of every program, every training, trainers do ask for their feedback, because there might be certain points, there might be certain things, certain areas, those might be blind side of my personality, and I would might be unaware of all those things, but due to your feedback, I would become more aware of my training. I would be become more aware of my training style. I would be become more aware of maybe my skills, maybe my talent, maybe my experience, maybe my exposure. So these by giving feedback to the people, you can squeeze their blind side of your personality, and by taking feedback as a leader, you can squeeze your blind side of your personality. So by going down, if we see the third side of your personality, which is the hidden area, and I just mentioned a Harvard research on this, that don't hide things. Sharing is a caring. It's not a sentence we are listening, we are hearing since our childhood. It's a phenomena, it's a strategy, it's a tool, it's a principle, it's a success mantra we all have to follow. And personally, I what I do in my life, whenever and whoever comes to me and asks for my training, my expertise, my content, I share with them, because I know when I share, I would be definitely not only sharing my squeezing my hidden side of a personality, but again, I would be helping others as well. If you see the world, the suicide ratio right now in the world is on the higher side. And if you see different researches, because I love reading books and articles, what I have found that most of the suicides in the world are just because they are having many pain on their heart. They don't share things, they don't talk, they don't share, they don't discuss, they don't reach out. And that's why it not only it not only disturb their personality, but also their performances. Another research says that only a happy employee can become a productive employee. If an employee, if your team member, if your own self, if I, if you, if we as a whole, if we are not happy, we cannot focus on our work. So productivity will not be achieved if we are not happy. So happiness comes with sharing. You need to talk, you need to share. That's why I created a sheet, this worksheet, where we want all of us to create a community, to have a strong network, just to ensure that we don't want any one of us to go from this session by not letting others what kind of treasure he or she has in herself. So this is very integral, very important to create a community. And then that worksheet is based on this Johari window. And that's why we are focusing on this. And let's move to the final box of this very important Johari window, and that is magical, that is magician, unstoppable, and only leaders achieve this box. And this word excellence, excellence, productivity, and efficiency are small words. They are small words, but excellence is peak. So in performance, in life, we achieve excellence only when we hit this box, when we achieve the mysterious, the magical one. And how we do this? As you see that through feedback, through sharing, through disclosure, we, with the passage of time, not only increases our open side of a personality as a leader, but also we also decrease the blind side, the hidden side, and the mysterious side of your personality. Because once my teacher told me 10 years before, when I was in college, so he said that one of the greatest place is graveyard. So we all were stunned that teacher is saying that one of the greatest place in the world is graveyard. How? So he said this sentence, and I'm sharing that with you, that there are a lot of human beings who are buried there with their talent, with their skills, with their knowledge, with their dreams, with their vision, with their missions, but they never discovered themselves. They have gone from this world, they are buried there, they have everything, but they never explored themselves. And their side of personality was like the mysterious side of personality was the bigger than the open side of personality. And remember one thing, when I talk about this Johari window, it is very close to my heart because it is the ultimate success. If you want to become a great leader, great social venture leader, this is very, very important. A great leader should have, must have the open side of your personality on maximum level, and the blind, the hidden, and the mysterious side of your personality has to be minute. You have to minimize, you have to delete, you have to kick out the blind side, you have to kick out the hidden side, you have to minimize the mysterious side of your personality. So if you have achieved 95% of your open area, then we would be saying that you are a self-aware leader. You know yourself, you understand yourself, you understand your emotions, you understand your thoughts, you understand your reactions, and by that you would be better able to deal with people, and with those you would be better able to manage people, but with those you would be better able to work in a team. You would be a great people manager. You would be better able to take work from your teammates because you know the art of people management, because you are already a self-aware leader, and because you have open area of your personality is maximum, and the blind, hidden, and mysterious side of your personality on the minimum side. And by that you would become a great leader in terms of productivity, in terms of people management, in terms of leading your venture, in terms of leading your teams, and in terms of personal and professional and social effectiveness. So this all I have regarding this Johari window. And now if there is any comment, if there is any question, you can unmute and you can share or you can ask. Yeah. So we are into the last few minutes of this session, and by the end of this session we would be concluding. And but before that, I would take a few inputs. If there are questions, you can ask. If not, I would love to take 2 to 3 comments or feedback on importance of this Johari window and how you are going to relate yourself with this module. Yes. We have great leaders here, Batul, Christina, Etorngam, Gerard, and few others as well. So I would request 2 to 3 comments and feedback, then we can move forward. Yeah, Joy.
Thank you so much for sharing this. This was a good refresher for me. What I've found in the past is that sometimes I don't appreciate negative feedback, but going forward, I'll be more open to both negative and positive feedback, which is all important when it comes to growth and leadership. So thank you.
Yeah, it's very critical. Taking feedback is I would say you need to install another heart in your sites, and we all have to take feedback. Taking negative feedback is very difficult job. Honestly speaking, being human being, being leader, it's not easy job. We are saying, okay, taking feedback is very, very important. Yes, we know that, but taking it in a real manner, it's not an easy job. Yes, Gerard.
Thank you, Dennis, for the insightful presentation. Let me know if you are getting me. Hello?
Yeah, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you very much for the presentation. And I have attended a lot of presentations, but this is my first time to hear and to take some notes from this Johari. Was it Johari Window? Yeah, but
Johari Window.
Yeah, Johari Window. And my doubt is still on this part. That is, I don't know about it myself, and no any other person knows about it. And how do we go with that in case? I think I missed that part of it. So would you mind shedding some lights on it? Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. So the fourth part, how you can minimize the fourth part of your personality, and to minimize it and to make it part of your open side of your personality. And that you can do by keep asking for feedbacks, keep taking feedback, and keep sharing your hidden part, keep sharing your knowledge, keep sharing your ideas, your work, and your mission, your vision, and your everything that you have. So if you are moving from in both direction, for example, if you are taking feedback, you are minimizing the blind side of your personality. If you are sharing, you are minimizing the hidden side of personality. By doing both in a parallel way will not only help to minimize these two boxes, but also it will contribute to minimize the mysterious side of your personality. So these by combining these two strategies, you would be minimizing all these three boxes and maximizing the open side of your personality as a human being and as a leader. Yeah, I hope you got the answer. Okay, so I think Aziz, we are done with it. So and if there is anything you want to start, so we can wrap up this day. Yeah, Aziz, are you there?
Yes, Danish.
So we have just completed the Johari window, and I was so we can have our conclusion. But before that, I would request all the participants or the fellows that I have updated that success pathway sheet, and I would request all of you to place your LinkedIn link over there so we can add each other. And I would request all of you to start giving recommendations to each other. So for example, if you want to give recommendation to me, so you can go to my LinkedIn profile, you already have spent 2 days with me, you can go to my LinkedIn profile, you can see, and you can share your recommendation as well. So by this we would be creating a community. By this we would be creating and maximizing the effectiveness of these leadership workshop. And you can go to Aziz LinkedIn profile, you can go to any other fellows LinkedIn profile. So we would be ensuring that on maximum numbers we take recommendations from each other, so we can get connected with each other, not only for a shorter goals but for longer goals as well. So this is something I would definitely be talking about tomorrow, and I would especially give particular few maybe 20 to 30 minutes to this activity. So we would be adding it more details into it. So for right now, thank you very much to all of you, and it was another great day of learning, and I hope to see you tomorrow with some more topics, with some more experiences, and some more amazing content. So take care of yourself, and thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Stay happy and stay healthy. Thank you very much. Thumbs up.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.